freaking boot camp. Would you agree, Betsy?
Yeah.
I bet. I bet it did,
For
Tina.
sure. Yeah. Which is sometimes what you want.
Exactly, exactly.
All depends on the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are going to start seated to ground for a few minutes before jumping into the movements. So if you would like to find a seated position, again, I'm sitting cross-legged, but you can find something else that works for you. Maybe seated on a block or a pillow. Let's take a moment to come into this moment. Sometimes our head is swirling. And the beauty of yoga is really the focus on being present. And no matter what's going on in my day, the practice of it, not that it's always easy, but the practice of it helps me to get in touch with that and really connect. So I invite you to allow yourself that moment, the next 30 minutes. It's really, really being grateful to be here right now. You can allow your eyes to close. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then we'll sigh it out to exhale. Inhale, bring the shoulders up toward your ears. Exhale, sigh it out and release. Maybe you bring your hands to heart center, or both hands over your chest, or just resting beside you. And take a moment, set our intention for this practice. If you're starting your day, setting an intention of how you want to show up for this day. And continue that deep abdominal breathing. Breathing in and out through your nose if that's comfortable. Let your arms come down to your sides, touching the mat. Fingertips crawling along away from your body as far as feels comfortable. And then let your head drop down, chin to your chest. Inhale, bring one ear rolling over toward your shoulder. Exhale, roll it back, looking up toward the sky. Inhale, ear to your other shoulder. Keep that circle going. Exhale, chin back down to your chest. And we'll go in the other direction. Inhale, ear to your shoulder. Exhale, look up to the ceiling. Inhale, roll it out to the other side. Exhale, chin to your chest. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. So here you can crawl your fingers out, reaching forward as much as you can. If you have a block, it's really nice to place your forehead on it. If not, you can just let your head hang when you feel your edge and release your neck. Try to release any tension you might feel in your neck and shoulders. Deep inhale, sending it through the back of your ribs into your lower back. Exhale. Inhale, slowly walk your hands up toward you. Coming back to a seated position. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, side bend over to your left. And feel free to use a block here. Sometimes it's nice to rest your elbow there or fingertips. Inhale, reach up a little bit higher. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, raise up through center. Exhale, side bend over to your right. And as you inhale, try to grow a little taller, finding length in your spine, coming up and out of the pelvis. And then exhale, bend a little bit more to the side. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, twist over to the left. So bringing that right hand to your left knee and using that as some counter force to press into the twist a little bit. As you inhale, rise up, growing a little bit taller. And exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind. Coming back through center. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale, finding length in your spine between each bone in your back. Exhale, push into the twist a little bit more. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind. Now we'll come into our tabletop position, flipping over onto your hands and knees. And really spreading your fingertips wide, gripping into the mat. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, tuck your toes. Inhale, lean forward, and really have a lot of energy in your fingertips and hands as you press some weight into it. Exhale, shift your hips back toward your feet, and maybe rock side to side. I like opening the hips a little this way. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, press back. One more time. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, press back. And then flip your fingertips so your fingers face out to the sides. And we'll side shift. So over to your left, over to your right. Maybe you even bring your knees a little bit wider on the mat here as you shift your weight. And play with sending your chest forward and rocking side to side, and then bringing your hips back and rock side to side. Just changing the amount of weight that you're putting into your hands and wrists. Maybe do like a little zigzag pattern here. Still sending your breath deep into your belly. And then sink your hips back into your heels. Flip your palms so the back of your hand is onto the mat. Now you can do this one at a time if both is uncomfortable. If you're able to do both, that's fine too. And then rock a little bit forward and then sink back. Should feel a nice stretch on the top of your forearm here. And again, if any of these things are not comfortable or painful, just switch to a different variation that feels good for you. And then flip your palms. If your knees are wide, bring them back under your hips, about hip distance apart. And inhale, send your left leg back straight, right arm reaches forward. Exhale, bring them to the middle, so elbow and knee come to touch, and then send them back out. Bring your arm down, but leave the leg lifted, and then cross it over your right. It's kind of behind you, crossed over that right foot, and then look over your right shoulder toward your foot. Maybe you even shift your weight into your left hand. Inhale and twist, lifting your right arm. Exhale, lower that back down. Now shift your weight into your right hand, spin your right foot back behind you, and we'll inhale, lift your left arm up for a modified plank, side plank. So here you might look up toward the sky. You can get into your full side plank position if you'd like. I like this here, kind of moving through a flow. So as you inhale, reach your arm overhead and really create a nice C shape with your body. So it's like you're lifting the middle of the left side of your ribs up toward the sky. Then as you exhale, lift your arm back up and maybe lift your leg. Inhale, reaching the arm up over your head, bring that foot back down, create a nice C, stretching out the side of your body. Exhale, lifting your arm and leg. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Then flip the arm and leg back down, coming into our tabletop position. We'll do it on the other side. Lift your right leg. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, bring elbow and knee to touch. Inhale, stretch it back out. Exhale, bring just your hand down, leave that leg lifted and cross it over your left foot and look over your left shoulder. So look toward that foot. And then maybe you do a twist here. Inhale, lifting your left arm. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back down. And now spin that left foot back behind you. Inhale, lifting up to the left side. I'm gonna flip just to face you. So here we're in our modified side plank. As you inhale, reach your arm overhead, creating a nice C shape with your body. Exhale, lift the arm and leg. Inhale. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, stretching that side body. Exhale, lift the arm up and the leg maybe, and then bring that all back down. Coming back into your tabletop position. Tuck your toes, and now we'll just lift the knees slightly, hovering them about an inch or so off the mat. Really engaging the core, engaging your hands and fingertips, pressing them strong away from the mat, allowing the shoulder blades to engage. Exhale, bring it down. Bring your knees wide here. Untuck your toes. Let your big toes come to touch. And shift your hips back, maybe going side to side. And then eventually bringing your hands out in front of you, sinking down into child's pose. Letting your forehead and your chest rest on the mat. If you have a block, you can also bring that here. Let your forehead, kind of just like your brow line, rest on the block. Maybe shake your head side to side. Taking in the sensations of this moment. How's your body feel? How's your breath flowing? And slowly as you inhale, pressing yourself back up into tabletop. Tuck your toes and then send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Really let your head hang here. Bend one knee and then the other. Nice and slow. See if you can spread your toes really wide. Just separating them. Lifting your arch. Lift the hips as high as you can, up toward the sky. You can bend both knees. You can bend one at a time. Let your head hang down so the top of your head is going toward the mat. And press your hands away from the mat. Nice strong engagement in your arms. Inhale, lift your heels up, coming onto your toes. Exhale, send them down. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, press them down toward the mat. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, press them down. Inhale, lift the left leg up. And then bend that knee, opening up your hip. Do some ankle and hip circles. And then bring it toward the front of the mat, really lifting your knee up into your chest. And then set it down in front of you. Remember, you can always help it, bringing your, kind of grabbing behind the foot. Set that back leg down. And this is nice to use blocks here if you can frame your foot. Otherwise, you can just, put your go onto your fingertips. Do a little side to side. A little bit of rotation, getting to the edges of your hip joints. So noticing what it feels like to move your body to the left while keeping your knee down. And then moving your upper body to the right. You should feel that little bit of rotation in the hip joints. Keeping the shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, press into that back hip a little bit more. Exhale, straighten out your left knee. So shift your hips back here, folding over that thigh. Nice hamstring stretch. You could bring your toes toward you to deepen that stretch a bit. And then rotate your foot so the outside of your foot moves toward the left, and then the inside of your foot moves toward the right. So kind of like you're rotating your hips just by moving your foot and aiming your toes left to right in a semicircle. And again, just noticing how that feels in your hip joint, going to the edges of each motion in each direction. Inhale, coming forward. Place your right hand next to your left foot, and here you can lift that back leg if you'd like, or keep it down. Inhale, lifting the left arm, twisting over to your left. Maybe you place that hand behind your back to deepen the stretch a little bit more. Inhale, reaching up a little higher. Exhale, bringing the hand down and now straightening that left knee. You can bring your right foot a little bit closer if you'd like. You want to place that heel all the way down and then folding again over that front knee. Deep inhale. Exhale. Use your breath to see if you can stay a little bit longer or go a little bit deeper into the stretch. Inhale, coming forward, and then lifting the arms overhead, coming into crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the arms a little higher. Exhale, bring them out to the side for cactus. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the chest a little higher. Exhale, release the arms behind. Maybe gripping, connecting fingers behind you. Inhale, send your arms down, squeezing the shoulders back. Exhale, release. Both hands come down to the mat. And then step that foot back, coming into plank. You always have the option to come down to the knees or do some shoulder taps or lift your legs if you want a little bit more. Feel your strength here, really engaging the core, lifting the body away from the mat. Exhale, release, bring the knees down, shifting back. Just feel like a quick little child's pose. Feel free to stay or keep moving. We'll lift the hips going into downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, opening up your hip, maybe circling your ankle or hip joint. And exhale, bringing it through, really lifting the knee up into the chest first, and then stepping it through. Bring your left knee down. I'll just spend a couple breaths here, moving side to side, moving in a bit of a circle. So if you take your upper body and rotate it toward the right, while still keeping that back knee down, you should feel some nice hip rotation. And then face your chest over to the left. Moving with your breath. And feeling the edges of the ball and socket joint of your hip. Noticing if there's any parts that are a little sticky or pinchy. And just going to that edge, maybe taking an extra breath there. And then coming back the other way. Inhale, press a little bit further into the front hip. Exhale, straighten the right knee. We'll forward fold over that thigh, bringing your toes up toward you, deepens the stretch a bit. And then rotate your toes over to the right and then over to the left. Again, moving with your breath, just to notice the differences in how this little subtle movement can change the way your muscles are stretching and the way the joint is moving. And again, we're just observing here. Then inhale, coming back forward. Place your left hand next to your right foot. Maybe you lift that back leg and inhale for the lunge twist. Maybe you create a bind and bring that right arm behind you a little bit more, opening up the chest, lifting toward the sky. Inhale, sweep the arm up. Exhale, bringing it down and straightening that right knee. You may want to step that left foot forward a little bit more. Straighten that right knee and forward fold over it. And try to have both hips facing forward. If you need a little bend in the knee, that's fine. Nice deep breath into the back of your hips. Exhale. One more breath. Then inhale, sweep the arms overhead, bend into that front knee for our crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the arms a little higher. Exhale, cactus to the side. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lifting the chest a little more. Exhale, release them back behind you, interlacing the fingers. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders back. Exhale, release the arms down to the mat. So step that back for plank. We'll hold for 2 breaths. Exhale, release your knees down. And then sitting back, bringing your legs through. Bringing them straight out in front of you. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Wherever you can grab your legs, your toes, whatever you can grab. And then let the head and neck relax. Deep breath in. Exhale. Then slowly from that position, just walk your hands out to your left. So you still get that hamstring stretch, but a little bit of a twist. Once you find your edge, let your head and neck relax there. Slowly walk your hands over to the right side. Once you find that edge, exhale and release into it. Slowly walk your hands back to center. Inhale, lifting the chest. And then rolling down onto your back, bringing your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Showing ourselves some love this morning. Maybe reminding yourself of your affirmations. Just your worth as a human being, not tied to any expectations or outcomes. Release that. Stretch your arms overhead, your legs away from your face. Nice full body stretch, reaching out. Slide your arms next to you through cactus. Step your feet onto the mat and then bring them wide so that your knees come in to touch. And you could rest them there, or you can keep going until you feel a bit of a stretch in your hips. So your knees are together, maybe touching or almost touching, and your feet are out wide. Deep breath in, exhale, and slowly walk your feet back toward each other, opening up your knees away from each other, and the soles of the feet come into touch. So the bottom's connected, the knees open out wide. Maybe place one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. Again, taking some time to connect with yourself. Become aware of our strength, power, and purpose. Maybe you want to stay here for our final few minutes of meditation, or you can straighten your knees out or find some other position of comfort. Allowing yourself to return to your natural breath. Be still. Gradually start bringing your awareness back into the room. Some gentle movements. And in your own time, make your way onto your left side. And slowly press yourself up to a seated position. No rush. I'm so grateful for this practice, for you, for this opportunity to share together. Hope you all have a great day. Namaste. All right. Hope you have a wonderful day. It was good seeing you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amazing. I don't know if I
Thanks. I'll see you later.